met Stevie of Endangered Globe. That's what we're here for. But I'm going to have Rock from Ikara, if you wanted to come on down with your drinks in hand and introduce yourself and your company.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, thanks for having us here. Thank you. You guys, first off, I just want to say, man, I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I think, I like to have attention, sorry. I think what you guys do is amazing, and I think when young people are really doing something about our environment is so fucking cool, and I think we need to do more of it. So that's just say, hey, thank you for having us here. My name is Rob. We actually have a company called Ikara. Ikara really originated from this idea that we could have a better sense of mobility and have luxury and excellence without having to pay some kind of crazy amount of money for it. So we pick up people in Teslas, really nice Teslas with really cool people. We plant a tree every time somebody gets in our car, and we calculate emissions so that when you open up your app, you'll be able to see how you make an impact on the environment. That's what our software does. So we're very proud of that. And so thank you for having us here. That's what we're doing. So.
Awesome. And Brad, can you tell us a little bit about you?
Hi guys, I'm Brad. So I own a private art house called the House of Namdar, and we have various artists that produce originals, do commercial real estate, we do installs, and it's an art label. We have a luxury fragrance line and home decor line called Namdar Decor. But Steven at Endangered Globe, guys, here's the thing. It's wonderful to see in this socioeconomic environment a sustainable brand and also doing something to make our world a better place. You can't think of that, any less than that. But also the young entrepreneurship side of it. How can we make our world a better place by using sustainable materials? But it's also important for every single one of you, if you love America, buy from them. That's why we have the prices. It's important to support small businesses like Steven's business, Endangered Globe, and it's important to make sure we make the world a better place. So we purchase the sustainable products, okay? So make sure you guys buy something, okay? Raise your hand if you're gonna buy something. America.
Yes, if you love America. If not, awesome. Okay, so Stevie, tell us a little bit about some of the issues that you see in your particular industry and what are you guys doing differently?
Yeah, so a lot of the big things that happen with clothes, I mean, everyone wears clothes, and like fast fashion is one of the biggest things. Your big fashion houses, people buy clothes that are cheaply made, and they're made so that they deteriorate in little time, so you go back and buy more, and you're just constantly buying clothes that are not durable and they don't last. Let alone they're made in other countries like China. There's child labor laws. There's so much going on behind your garments that people don't understand. I don't know what.
Landfills.
And landfills, a lot, like another big thing that we've been discovering is a lot of clothes, people throw away their clothes, so they go to landfills, and those clothes, they don't just go in trash. I mean, they just sit there, and it takes forever for clothes to decompose. But there's some really cool things I found going on in New York. They're doing bins where people can donate clothes, and well, that's one of the biggest things is just your old clothes, and I think that was, I'd say, one of the biggest issues that we really face.
Yeah, so if you haven't been on Instagram for the past couple of days, well, the rainforest is literally on fire. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about some of the issues, climate crisis, and how you guys, or Ikara, is trying to combat that.
Yeah, everybody knows about the forest fires in Brazil right now?
Yeah.
So every 2 seconds, a size of a football field of forest is destroyed in the world. Every 2 seconds. And so what we're saying is we're just trying to engage the thought of planting trees is important. So we said every time you ride with us, we plant a tree. I mean, we partner with a company and it's called trees.org. They actually do something really amazing, and I encourage you to look them up. But what they do is in East and West Africa, they plant trees and hedges, and they allow these people that live in those areas to grow food. So it's like a triple bottom line. One, you plant trees, you create this photosynthesis that creates oxygen, and then they're able to put food in the ground and grow, and then farm and sell and bring life to these environments. So that's really what e-car is all about. It's like really understanding how to reduce our emissions, and understand like electrification is just a smarter way to go. I don't want to talk all day, but who's in here getting ready to buy a car in the next 5 years? 5 years, gonna buy a car. I'll tell you right now, to buy anything that's not electric, updatable, and networked is financial suicide. Period. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Thank you for the life advice. Thank you, thank you. It is smart though, people. It is smart. So Brad, tell us with your experience, kind of what does the future of sustainability look like in global commerce endeavors? Is that a hard-hitting question? Because you look scared as shit. Okay. You can blame Stevie for that.
Thank you so much for a very intense question. So with our candle company, you know, we use, for example, the amber glass jars for aromatherapy lines, and we use coconut soy wax, right? So that's good for the environment, doesn't give out as much CO2. Paraffin candles are death. Yankee Candle fans, hashtag non-disclosure, hashtag can't sue me, hashtag NDA. They use a lot of paraffin, which is bad for the environment. So we make sure to use coconut soy wax. Recycled glasses, we also use natural gemstones that we have in mind, and we put them as the core items. So that's one thing we've done. On our art line, you know, you have a wide variety from gallery original artists that we carry that, you know, use thick canvases, organic canvases, there's wooden base, made canvases. Then we do brushed metal, which it has to be solid to be able to melt it, again, to use it. Plastics is one of the things that's really not, you know, sustainable. And a lot of art in the art industry is acrylic, which is plexi. And unless we pass some sort of legislation that makes it required to use that plexi, it's harder for US manufacturers on a global scale to match up with our foreign manufacturers. So, like this brand, and yet again, hashtag plug, hashtag buy, it's important to buy from US companies so that they can keep the economy going and make the world a better place. Does that make sense? But as far as global international commerce, I see us doing very well if we support brands like Endangered Globe. If not, we will die. So, okay. Raise your hand, come buy a shirt. We're going to be alive.
If you love America, support Endangered Globe. That's all we're saying. That's it.
Yeah! America!
Okay, so I'm going to pose this question to you all. What is your top piece of advice to anyone here who's looking to make an impact? Maybe something they can do right now, maybe something that they can work towards, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I think the fundamental thing about us as mankind is that we always want more. The problem with clothes is we want so much that we can't get quality. This is, 70% bamboo. I didn't even know that. I'm like, damn. I'm about to buy this and start working out. You don't even know. You know why? Because I like quality. I don't really care. I mean, honestly, I got like 5 shirts. They'll tell you. I wear the same shirts, same fucking shoes every week. I want some bamboo in my life. But I think fundamentally everybody wants more. Everything is about more. That's how we got into the situation with cars. And like our app is built on a sharing economy and a shared environment where if you guys bought Teslas and they were all parked, why don't you monetize it? Put it on a network where it can make money for you, right? Just buy 1 car instead of having 3 cars. The third one just sits in the garage because it's shiny. We always want more. I think if we can think through, like fundamentally, how can we just do good with what we have, then we would really make a big impact. Just do good with what we have, right? Be content with what we have. I think we would do a lot. So if I could just share your wisdom, it would be that. Like, let's just learn to start being content with what we have.
I think the biggest piece of advice right now is I'm seeing is first of all, we need to stop littering, for real, stop fucking littering. That's the biggest thing. We're still littering. We're in fucking 2020 almost, and people are still throwing shit on the ground, and second of all is to recycle. Those are 2 big things, or the most impactful things that we could do in day-to-day things that would change and make a big difference in what we do.
He just took exactly what I was going to say away. So, no. One thing you can do is definitely, when they say do your part, it's a two-part question that you got to look at, okay? One, making sure your tires are pumped correctly. The amount of CO2 emissions from your exhaust increases by 25% if it's not pumped correctly. Recycle, okay? Look at who's manufacturing your products and where you're getting them from. Organic ingredients. There's a lot of things you can do. I litter sometimes, and I know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, when he said litter, and then he said made in China, and my tie earlier I was wearing was made in China. And then I was like, damn. But no, so those are some things I can do better. It's not litter. Definitely, when your engine goes off, it says check tire pressure. Just check it and do that. That helps you do small parts. Small things by everybody will help make the world a better place. And also making sure that you guys support the companies that do the right thing. And that's another way that we can grow socioeconomically, but save our earth at the same time.
I love those, and I will add one, which is vote. Make sure that whenever it comes time to vote, that you're researching environmental social policies and then show the vote up. That's super, super important, especially in today's age, just so you know. And then also vote with your dollars. So anywhere that you go, you're voting with your dollars whether you like it or not. You're saying, yes, I support these practices, yes, I support this. So make sure that you research the companies that you're supporting. And I think lastly, before I open up for any questions that you find folks may have, how can people get involved with your individual missions, even though we've had a few plugs here and there, but where can people find you on social and how can they support you guys?
Katie helps us with our social, so you can find us anywhere, Rise That Matter, and then go download the app. You know, we won't bug you. Go download the app. It's in the App Store and Google Play and Android. I'm sorry, Google Play and iOS.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Endangered Globe.
Instagram, everything, Facebook, all that stuff, at House of Namdar, and at Namdar Decor, and at Brad Namdar TX. Remember to vote, like she said. Vote, vote, vote when it matters. There you go.
Yeah. Woo. Yes, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Let's give it up for everyone. If anybody has any questions for these fine gentlemen, now's your chance to ask them. No? Going once? Going twice? Actually, Rock has a question for you guys.
If you had $1 million just got deposited into your account tonight, you woke up tomorrow and it was like, fuck, I got $1 million. What would you do?
Run for office.
Hey, at least that's a start. You get $1 million. It's like, let's look at that thing. I got $1 million. Let's go. Anybody else?
And invest.
Invest in what?
And sustainable resources.
Sustainable resources. I thought you were going to say Bitcoin or something like that.
Sustainable resources. So what is a sustainable resource? So sustainable resource. Here's my question. Who can tell me what a sustainable resource is? Oh, hell. Things that will last. Okay, that's a good one. It's also any product that can be repurposed and recreated or produced to bring down environmental harm. That is what sustainability is. Recycled glass, recycled products. Raise your hand if you're wearing something from China tonight and you're ashamed of it. I took my tie off.
I'll tell you something interesting. I found out that the United States uses 16 terawatts of energy per day. That's how much energy we use in electricity. The sun drops 84,000 terawatts on the earth every single day for free. We only need 16. Probably a little bit more than that. But I know it's at least 84,000 terawatts of energy is dropped on the earth every single day for free. As Elon said, the nuclear reactor. The wind the wind that naturally blows around, the surf, you know, the earth spins. That wind generates 846 terawatts of energy every single day. We only need 16. We've been digging and fighting and burning and killing for oil when we don't even need to. Our ecosystem is perfect. We just got to do the right thing. All we got to do is catch it. Anyway, I get all like sideways about this because it makes no sense, right? We just got to catch it. 84,000, we only need 16.
Oh yeah. Any final thoughts or let us know? Cool. The end. Go ahead.
I just want to say thank you guys once again for coming out here. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Brad. I want to bring up we have some models that are just kind of walking around, see if they can come up. I think we got Mike and Kirsten just come up for a second, just kind of show off the shirts. I know you guys might have seen them right here. We want this handsome young fella right here. Look at him. See, look at the nice scoop. So this is actually a